EGM Network.
This is Martha Matters. From real estate, healthcare, current events, taxes, or just about any topic, we're talking about it. Call us with any questions on just about any subject. Now, here she is, Martha!
Well, hi there, everyone. I have an interesting thought today because several people have approached me. What is eating healthy? In my book, you'll, just like New Year's resolutions that fall by the wayside, if you don't give up certain things that may be not healthy, like an ice cream cake for your birthday, or even New Year's, not only champagne, but have a drink. Well, I find that all those things I still eat. I think twice a year last year, I ate a piece of cheesecake. Not a huge one, not 1/4 of the cake, but a normal, medium to smaller piece. And to me, that was fine. I got through the whole year without craving anything or, why can't I have a splurge? By just having tastes of things that are not that good for you, it completely takes away your urges, your desires, your frustrations, your yearnings to have even more of what you are not eating. That really works. But I want to get started with you on the things that are most important, and that is food that's really bad for you. You can, in every sense of the word, you can eliminate. I'll give you the biggest single example. And I did some research, and believe it or not, the elderly and the youth have the same problem. They love certain flavors, and that is fajitos, Doritos, corn chips, all different, even potato chips, all those different things. It's not that they're bad when you read the chart. Many of them say no cholesterol or less than 1% cholesterol. Cholesterol is not the problem with them. What is the problem is all the fine print at the bottom of those little screens that tell you how many calories are in a bag, and how much cholesterol, how much sugar there is. That's not half the problem. The real problem is the fine, fine print. You almost need a magnifying glass underneath that. You have all the seed oils, you have chemicals for all these products to keep their shape. Whether it's cheese doodles, whether it's triangles for corn chips, or any other shape, you look at those chemicals, I can't even pronounce them. And there's a series of them, one after the other. You can't tell almost where one ends and the next chemical begins. Those are all preservatives, antifungal agents, and agents that keep the shape and keep the items looking fresh. And that is the killer. You eat 2 bags, no one can ever eat just one, like a piece of candy. You can't have just one. And each of those bags gives you these chemicals. Your body doesn't get rid of them in your urine or your stool. It absorbs them into your bloodstream and doesn't recognize them, and doesn't know what to do with them. So guess what happens? They stick to the side of your blood vessels, making the sides rough rather than smooth, like sandpaper. And then all of a sudden, you eat the tiniest bit of fat, the tiniest bit of some sugars, and they all stick to that roughness. And before you know it, you have a whole bunch of plaque on your vessels, especially your cardiac vessels and your carotid arteries that go to the brain. They do think that heavily eating or drinking those chemicals, like we used to call it the Pepsi generation for all those that switched to Diet Pepsi and Diet Coke, they have these same chemicals that your body doesn't know what to do with. And they all precipitate out, not only to make your vessels rough, but in time they precipitate out in your brain also. And they think as you get older, and believe me, you don't have to be 80 or 90 to get dementia. Many people are getting them at middle age, in their late 30s and 40s, if they are heavy drinkers of the diet soda types. And that is the real problem. Most of that isn't totally reversible. If you stop drinking diet sodas and these snack foods, like I just mentioned, fajitas and so forth, believe me, it may get better, but you don't totally get rid of the problem if you have spent 5 or 10 years eating all those products when you want a snack instead of something healthier. Everybody says, oh, take a piece of fruit. I know you can send an apple to school with a kid and they'll probably eat it. More important, you could probably send them a different variety of grapes every day. It's so easy since now they're all basically seedless. Just pluck one grape at a time and eat it while you're talking to someone, no problem. It's better eating that than these snack foods in a one portion size bag that so many people add to their boxed lunch sandwiches. So things like that, you can really improve your eating habits and spending bad things from happening. Like I said, diet sodas and also the potato chip and carbohydrate type snack foods. That's one big thing. Eat food. My daughter, with her kids, they want a snack. She gives them either carrots that have been washed and peeled, or gives them watermelon, and they love watermelon for about half the year. We don't have watermelon, of course, year-round, but in the spring till the early fall, you can certainly do that. And kids stay away from fruits that are juicy or cause a mess, like a pear, like a peach, even an orange. They don't mind peeling a tangerine, but an orange is a mess sometimes. Sometimes the skin doesn't stay attached to the orange when you peel a section and there's juice and your fingers get sticky. I can understand why kids don't like that. All I can say is when you want to eat those fruits, either peel them and cut them up yourself as a fruit cocktail in a little plastic container and send it to work with your children, or save it for dessert at home when everybody's eating dinner around the dinner table. But there are plenty of fruits that do not cause a mess, especially, like I said, all the varieties. I think there must be at least 10 in the store at all times of grapes. I never knew there were so many. I just thought they were red and green, and we call them white grapes, but I thought that's all there was. Well, forget it. There's whole bunches of them. And they're all seedless. So you really don't have a problem with that. Just eliminate those potato chips. I have some potato chips myself, especially in the summertime when I eat a lot of salads. A few potato chips seem really nice when you're eating a salad, something a little more crunchy. And believe it or not, with the potato chips, I will not eat one bag or one portion. I'll literally take 2 or 3 potato chips. And believe it or not, that is enough that I don't crave the rest of them. Maybe everyone would have some trouble with that, but I think most people don't. And my biggest thing that I want to get across to you now, things that are really very, very bad for you, just plain eliminate them. And things that are what I call naughty, like, a piece of cake, a brownie, all kinds of desserts, especially ice cream, especially a new Carvel cake. We now have a Carvel store in Vero Beach, and they have the cake where the icing looks like chocolate icing, but as soon as it starts to melt, instead of the ice cream melting, the icing melts, and it's just like having a sundae instead of a piece of cake. The Carvel ice cream cakes in the store are not like that, but when you order one special at a Carvel store, that is what I'm talking about. It's a nice surprise. You cut a little square of their cake. You can even have it with extra crunchies in the different layers. And it just starts melting so you can put a spoon in it. And all of a sudden that icing turns into chocolate syrup, just like a sundae. And if you leave a couple of cherries on top, it will look like a sundae if you cut it into a square and let it melt. This is the first time that I've seen all that. So if you're going to be naughty, go to the store and get an ice cream cake like that once in a while. But I enjoy it so much, I only have it like 2 or 3 times a year. So what I'm saying is don't eliminate every single good thing, but reduce the frequency significantly. And believe it or not, you won't miss the couple months or several months when you don't have it. In your mind, you're not giving anything up, and that is beautiful. All I'm saying is give up processed foods. You have to be careful with, for example, croutons. Some have a lot of chemicals in them, and some of them are very delicious and light, like dried toast. So read the labels. There are all different kinds of croutons that you put in a salad. Some are okay, some have very minimal ingredients, and some have all those chemicals.
Yeah, I think you bring up a good point, Martha, is to read the labels, because they hide so much of the stuff in all of these things, and you think you're eating good, but you're really not.
That's correct.
That's, to me, is the scary part.
That's the scary part.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, most people don't want to discuss that, but it applies very heavily to all of our pets. When I was growing up, I had a Dalmatian dog. That's considered one of the larger ones. Not huge like a Saint Bernard or something, but it's up there. And we gave him, like, I think it was Red Heart dog food. They probably still have that brand. And we gave the dog a whole can of that. And it was basically soft meat and meat byproducts for supper. And then during lunch or supper, if we had some leftover soup or leftover vegetables, we'd add that and give that to the dog too. Well, my Dalmatian, and it wasn't a thoroughbred, but it was 90% a thoroughbred because it had the perfect black and white spots and behaved just like a fire chief dog. Believe it or not, he lived for 15 years. Today, it's less than 10 years. When they all eat these crunchy, dried up things like eams, like all the different brands, Purina. What they need to do is go back to the large ingredient, meat, which is what dogs are used to having. And in order to keep their gums tight and their teeth good, instead of the crunchies that you eat, give them dog bones to chew on all day and give them things like 1 or 2 dog biscuits. But there are ways of getting around that and keeping them to live longer. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back momentarily, so stay with us. I want to introduce you to our main sponsor, Highland Plaza, located on US 1 on the east side of the Highland Drive traffic light. We even have our own left-hand turn lane. One of the places in there, the first one on the north side, is Easy Stop, and you will be surprised what competitive and beautiful prices they have. You should give it a shot. Also, Tony's Hairstyling Salon is ideal for the entire family at all ages. He and his wife have run a salon there for years with a huge following. Also, we want to tell you about La Taberna Restaurant. It has the freshest Mexican food in town and a well-experienced chef. You will be most surprised not only by the food, but the reasonable prices. Also, I want to tell you about the nail salon. It's Luxury Nails. Let me tell you, they do everything, both for walk-in clients and appointments. Appointments are really appreciated, but they treat all clients professionally. Now, I want to repeat to you, this is located on US 1, just east of Highland Drive at the traffic light. It's a beautiful yellow building with a maroon awning. We look forward to seeing you there. Come on over.
Create your island paradise at Sunshine Furniture during our winter sale event. Save 50% on all Tommy Bahama and Lexington, including the newest collection, Key Biscayne. Living room, dining room, occasional chairs, office, and media furniture with sophisticated design and a mix of coastal and Caribbean style. All Tommy Bahama and Lexington offer everything you need for your Florida living. We have the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture from Four Seasons, Capri, Universal, Riverside, Hooker, Sea Winds, Barcalounger, Best, and lots more. At Sunshine Furniture, we're the outdoor furniture experts specializing in patio sets that withstand the Florida elements, and we have a gallery of Berlin Garden and Bollywood. Come in now for the best prices of the year. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in Vero Beach. Don't miss the 50% off winter sale on Tommy Bahama and Lexington going on now. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and visit our outlet store directly across the street.
It'll be the bee's knees. The Roaring Twenties Downtown Friday, presented by GHO Homes. Bring your fedoras, flappers, and feathers for this free street party in Vero Beach with live music by the New Deco, plus kid games, beer, and food trucks. It'll be the Cat's Pajamas. Admission is free, see? Presented by GHO Homes and Millennium Cremation Service. The Roaring Twenties Downtown Friday and Main Street Vero Beach event. Friday, February 28th at 6 p.m. in downtown Vero Beach.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. EZ for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Hi, welcome back. Well, I just wanted to tell you a couple of more things. There are several different ethnic foods that I love. I love Italian. I love European. I love, Mexican. I love Chinese. Probably this applies to most of you too. But there are things that you can eliminate and not exactly lose the taste of everything. For example, I love Mexican fajitas, and I will get a super one sizzling hot. It doesn't matter whether it's beef, chicken, or shrimp, and all the vegetables and mushrooms, and it's all sizzling hot, even cheese on top that melts, and that too sizzles. It's one of the most delicious dishes I think that Mexico has. And I eliminate the soft tacos. They're like solid flour or solid cornmeal, but it involves an awful lot of lard and butter. Just stay away from them and eat everything else, and you're a lot better off. Another example with pasta. You have choices of pasta. Some are very inexpensive and hardly have any flavor, but there are known brands, several of them, that will have whole wheat pasta, and some of them have pasta with not just coloration, but spinach is added and things like that. So check it out. And they taste very good when you put your own sauces on it and add your own vegetables and make it a complete meal. And you're so much better off. There are small things like that that I'm asking you to do, but please don't give up whole blocks of food, just like your New Year's resolutions. After a month or two, you've had enough of that, and everything is back to normal, or normal for what you were used to. So on that note, I really want to emphasize, use caution, but don't give everything up, and you will have a very relatively healthy diet for a full lifetime. So enjoy your next week and enjoy your eating.